Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thanks. And to
Great.
everyone watching this video on YouTube, welcome to our channel. I'm Izumi, and today I'm joined by Swiss figure skater, national champion, and also Olympian, Lukas Britschgi. So thank you so much for doing this, first of all. Um,
Thank you for the
and
invitation.
congratulations on your bronze medal at the Warsaw Cup. How did you find that competition?
It is every year. It's an amazing competition. It's actually a kind of small one, but still, the rink is full with the audience.
Yeah.
They're cheering us up like crazy. So it always feels like home to come back there. And I was already 4 or 5 times in Warsaw. So yeah, and it was this year again an amazing competition. Also, the results were quite good. So yeah, I'm super happy and grateful to be able to skate there.
Yeah. And how was your first Grand Prix experience? Because it was your Grand Prix debut for you this season. So are you happy with how you did?
Yeah, it's the first year I was able to skate Grand Prix. I got Canada and then afterwards I also got France, and the debut was like the feeling to skate a Grand Prix. It's something unique. It's something special. You get invited for there. You're just skating against 11 other high level skaters, and yeah, it was a feeling. I know it's not as undescribable. I don't know. It's just such a great feeling also to skate again in before, like, I don't know, in a full rink, like at Europeans or World Championships. So it was an amazing experience. I am also here super glad to represent Switzerland at such a high stage. It's probably the highest stage you can reach. So yeah, I'm just super happy and glad that I made it that far.
Yeah. And as you said, you had Canada and then France. So that's quite a tough competition schedule. So how did you cope with that? And like, did you struggle with things like jet lag because the competitions were so close together?
Yeah, I mean, before I also had Finland and Budapest, so I had in 5 weeks for competitions, and one of them was even in Canada, which yeah includes a way longer travel. Yeah, it was a tough time. A lot of traveling, a lot of airports waiting, and yeah, then also this time difference, different time zones with Canada, but I don't know, somehow I managed it quite well. Obviously, I was a bit exhausted afterwards, also mentally. A lot of informations, yeah, coming to you, a lot of new experiences, and but yeah, I don't know how. I guess I took just all my energy, and so I managed it quite well. Obviously, at some points, I maybe could have performed a bit better, but overall, the results were quite good, and yeah, I reached the minimum goals I had. So yeah, overall I'm super happy, and yes, I'm also happy now to be done also with Warsaw, which was now also just 2 weeks after France. Now I have some competition break, and I can recover a bit.
Yeah. And what was the process of creating your short program like from choosing the music to then doing the choreography? What was that like?
The short program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the short program. So I was looking for a music which concludes a bit rock, but also something modern, contemporary, something progressive. I like to choose my programs, at least the short programs, always kind of progressive. I'm not so into these old style classic musics. I want to bring something new in the figure skating world. And yeah, so I was looking with that with my choreographer, who's Andrea Vaturi. I already did the last year's show program with him. We were looking for this kind of music, and yeah, we found, my opinion, a good music. Yeah, and it makes so much fun to skate to it. Even though I had some problems in the beginning with my short program in technical way, it was always like I always felt happy after skating the program, because I don't know that it also, my feeling was also the audience, the people like the program, they cheer me so much on, and yeah, that gives me a feeling back. Yeah, what I don't know, what it was really cool.
Yeah, I love that program. It's such a fun program. And what is it like working with Adam Sawyer for your free skate?
It's always a pleasure to work with Adam. He's such a positive guy. He brings so much creativity in the programs. He takes so much care about everything. So it's always such an amazing, yeah, experience, such an amazing time with him to create this program and to go through all this process. Also, the last year's free program I did with Adam, so I had already a little experience with him. But this year, yeah, was again different. But I don't know, it's always so much fun to create the programs with him, and also the product at the end, the free program. It's like, yeah, for me, it skates so good. I got a lot of good feedback, and yeah, I'm just so happy that I'm able to work with him.
Yeah. And aside from making your new programs, what did you do in the off season? Like, what did you do for fun?
Fun. Well, I tried to enjoy this summer more than last year's, because last 4 years I was basically all summer I was busy with camps, and also in the spring we started with the preparation for the season, so it was always super figure skating, also in a off time. And this year after Olympics, I said, well, I want to enjoy now, like enjoy. I also enjoy figure skating, but also enjoy some other parts next to figure skating. And so I try to travel as much as possible this summer, for what I had not that much time the last years. But also I was doing other sports. I tried some new sports. I was playing tennis. I was playing football again. I just tried to do these things I had last year, not so much time, and also spend more time with friends and family, what is super important for me. And yeah, I'm happy that I had now a bit more time off this spring and summer.
Yeah. And in your programs this year, you've showed some really nice quad toe loops in both your short and your free. So I was wondering, are you looking to add any other quads to your skating this year, or are you just focusing on the quad toe?
Now in summer and spring, I was for sure focusing also on other quads. I was practicing quite a lot also on other jumps, because yeah, nowadays, well, it's already good to have one quad, but as you see on the highest international level, they're jumping everything quad. So obviously, I'm also working on different stuff now. Last weeks, I was just way too busy with all these competitions and recovering and preparing again. So I had unfortunately not that much time to work on my other quads, but now I got some weeks left again, so I will for sure start to work again. At least on, I'm working the most on Sal, at the latest, and yeah, I will for sure start again to work with that. So I was also trying some flips in the summer, and everything was going quite well. But yeah, then the season started and the focus was on, yeah, managing the programs and the elements in the programs. But I'm happy to have now some time back to, yeah, work on
Yeah.
at least, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And would you say you're working more on like the technical side or the artistic side? Because as you said, like we've seen the quad axle, everyone's doing quads, but how do you balance like the jumps and the artistry personally?
Yeah, like obviously the technical points are super important, and they also impact somehow the components. Even in my opinion, they shouldn't, but they unfortunately do, at least in a short program. But yeah, I always try to put also a big part on the components, on the artistic way. Yeah, obviously I'm not the best dancer or the best skater, but at least I try to bring my type of skating or my style in the best way, and that's what I try to do in both my programs. I don't want to just jump and do some crossovers in between. I try to do something in between. And yeah, my main goal in skating is actually to entertain the people, so I try to produce some programs in which I can represent me the best way, but also to bring people into my show. And yeah, and on that I'm working quite a lot. And for that I have my choreographers, I have my main coach who is taking quite a lot of part also in this process. And but yeah, skating is not just artistic, it's also, like how I said, the probably unfortunately maybe the main thing are technical points. And so yeah, this is for sure a main thing I'm practicing all the time on. But I try to bring as most as I can the artistic way as well in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. It's so important to be an artist as well. So how did you get into figure skating? Like when and how did you start skating originally?
I started around 6, 7, around that age. Yeah, it was over my mom, as often the family has an impact. And yeah, my mom, she was coaching in one club. She was doing ice dance, but like not professional. But yeah, so she was, yeah, she took my brother and me all on the ice. So no one has to take care about us at home, and we are doing something. And yeah, somehow I got sticked on the ice, and yeah, I had a lot of fun. And yeah, so I just continued, and it's so I don't know, somehow it just developed to more and more, and now it's like my main part of the life. And yeah, that's how I got to it.
And is there a music, like a piece of music which you've always wanted to skate to, but you haven't skated to yet?
I guess not, because usually if I like a music and it fits somehow on the ice, I take it.
Okay. Yeah.
um, yeah, I don't know. Like, obviously, I don't know. I like to listen also to hip hop, and hip hop is maybe not the best music. Like, I don't know. At the end, the judges have to like your program because they give the points. And yeah, I can understand that maybe judges don't like every type of music, or not every type of music maybe fits on the ice as I don't know the people like to see it. And yeah, but we skaters are dependent on that people like it, and most judges are liking it. um but yeah, I guess, or I don't have now a piece of music in my head which I didn't skate to. But yeah, for sure, I don't know, to bring some hip hop maybe on the ice could be some cool thing. I mean, yeah, you see it bit more and more, maybe not like it's hardcore hip hop, but some type of hip hop you see more and more on the ice. And that's, yeah, I don't know, something I like to see. It's something a bit out of the box, not least
Yeah.
basically most skaters are skating too. And I'm a super fan and I'm supporting that. And yeah, but I don't have right now a piece of music in my mind.
Yeah, I think it'd be really interesting to see hip hop. And even if you can't do it like in competition, in an exhibition program, I feel like that'd be really fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and what do you like to do off the ice? Like when you're not skating, what are some of your hobbies?
Well, it's not my hobby, but I have university next to it. So I'm also studying. That takes also quite a lot of time next to skating. But yeah, I try to do as much sport or some free time activities with my friends and family as I can. And yeah, friends and family, they are the main thing. So actually, whatever it is, I like to, yeah, spend my time with friends and family. And yeah, how is it in the beginning? I like to play tennis, so we're playing quite often tennis. I like to play actually all your ball sports. So I don't know. I'm a fan of a lot of sports, and but the main thing is that I also do the sport with friends and family, so I can yeah, include everything.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, you're a university student. So how are your studies going? Like how do you manage to balance the skating and the studying?
Yeah, so I'm doing how you call it, long distance university. What means I can study at home. I have all my online, like I have online courses. I can do everything home. What makes it already way easier. I don't have to travel all the time to some university and have live lessons there. Plus, it's I'm doing it part time. I'm doing the bachelor in 4 years instead of 3 years, what means I have a bit more time, because of full-time university or full-time studies would be probably way too much. I couldn't combine both on that level, or because I just have too much practice and competitions. So yeah, that's how I can combine both things. And for me, it's a really good option. I don't know, I have enough time for both. And yeah, so far also university is going good, what makes me happy. But yeah, like last weeks I had not that much time for university, so I have to get back in shape. Like yeah, on the university side. But yeah, I'm working now again on it.
Yeah, and so this season is quite special because it marks the start of a new Olympic cycle. And, as we've seen, like there are rule changes and some skaters haven't competed at the Grand Prix, like Nathan Chen or Hanyu. So are you and your team looking at this like the next 4 years leading up to the Milan Olympics, or are you just taking it a season at a time for now?
I thought in the beginning, or actually still, I want to take it season by season, but I for sure making or have my thoughts about the Olympics 2026. Also, if I'm talking with my federation, if I'm talking with Swiss Olympic or whoever, like you're planning usually always in this 4 years cycle. So yes, I still want to take it season by season, but somehow I don't know, the season is going so good and it makes so much fun at the moment to skate. And as long as I still have that much fun and I develop, I make progress, I for sure can imagine to skate also 26. But yeah, at the end, it depends on so many things. It depends on my health. It depends on, I don't know, whatever includes to be a professional athlete. But yeah, the goal is to skate also 26 in Milano. And yeah, as I said, it makes so much fun at the moment to compete on this stage. And yeah, as long as I have so much fun, there is no reason to stop.
Yeah. And when is your next competition this season? I know you had like intense competitions before this, but do you have a bit of a break between your next competition now?
Yes, I got now, I guess, 3 weeks break before I have nationals. I have in the middle of December, I have nationals, and yes, until then, I have now finally some break. I can practice again and work on new stuff and recover a bit. I had now 5 competitions in 7 weeks, so it was quite intense at the beginning of the season. But
Yeah.
yes, now I have some free time.
Yeah, and
But
good luck for nationals.
so much.
And finally, my last question is that you weren't able to skate at last year's World Championships, unfortunately. And I think you've said before that your free program is partly inspired by Worlds being in Japan this year or next year.
Yeah.
So what are like your objectives and goals for the rest of the season so you can prepare for Worlds in Japan?
So my goals are for sure to defend my Swiss champion title. I want to for sure become again Swiss champion, and afterwards there's a selection who is going to Europeans and then also to Worlds. So far, it looks good that I get the chance again to represent Switzerland at those championships. And so yeah, then the first step will be again European championships. There, I for sure want to be at least in the top 10. Maybe there is also a bit like better. Maybe there is the possibility to skate maybe even a bit better than top 10. But that's for sure the minimum goal to get Switzerland 2 spots for next year's Europeans, because we also got a lot of good other skaters in Switzerland, and it will be amazing to have more than just me or someone else at the Europeans. And then for Worlds, Worlds is again in Japan. It's like probably one of the coolest places to skate. It's just crazy how everything is in Japan with the audience. How is it organized? It's just perfect. So I'm really looking forward that I hopefully be the one who can represent Switzerland, Japan, and I choose also my free program music in some Japanese way. So hopefully it's also something what the Japanese audience will like. And yes, until there, it's still some time left, a lot of practice and preparing me in the best way I can, and then show my potential.
Yeah, I think the Japanese audience will love your program. It's so cool.
Hopefully.
And that's all the questions I have for you today. So thank you again for your time
Thank you
and
so
all the
much.
best of luck for the season.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You
Bye.
too.